What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tino here, and today it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday gaming, but since the My GM series is over for the 2K25, every week we're going to be doing something a little bit here differently. And this week, John Cena's retirement tour has been announced, and so we got about a month until we find out who will face him exactly. We have two matches, or two tournament matches that have been announced. We will find out SmackDown's participants, NXT participants, most likely next week. And then we'll have to find out who the people that are not in the company are. So I took it in case and we went through it in 2K. I took the superstars we know of and the people that I think it will be. And we're going to find out who that one superstar will be to face John Cena at Saturday night's main event on December 13th. But we're not here alone today. We got some company joining us. It's been a while, so let's welcome back our guy, Mr. Kicking It with Leo.
Yo, what's good, everybody? I appreciate you for having me on, Tina. I appreciate you for having me back.
I mean, it's been a while, man. I was trying to figure out the last time we had a show together and everything. I think it was like in the summer. So I
It had to be. It
coming
had
on and hanging out and how do you feel about all the wrestling before we start the simulation and everything? How do you feel about everything that's going on right now and all the shows and yeah.
I mean, as far as wrestling goes, I mean, there are ups and downs in every company. Um, I'm happy to see, John Cena as a face again. I think everybody can agree he's one of the very best baby faces, pure baby faces that there's ever been in pro wrestling. Um, I was one of those people in the camp that thought the heel run would have been good. Unfortunately, that was not the case. But they reverted him back being a babyface, and I think the in-ring quality has improved since he's became a babyface. The match with Logan was really good. The match with AJ was phenomenal, no pun intended. The match, yeah, I mean, he's been on a roll right now, and I think it's gonna continue. I would have thought we probably would have seen him and Dominic at Survivor Series, but I feel like they pivoted and they're probably gonna do Ray and Dom, and maybe that's a retirement match for Ray potentially, depending on how they want to go about it. Um, but I like the fact that they're doing a tournament for John Cena. I like the fact that they're making it feel prestigious, and whoever faces John Cena, it almost is like competing for a title, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, and I mean that's the thing is that has been the biggest problem, where usually with stuff like this they just announce somebody random, and at least with this for the next month, whatever it is, because he will be making this. He's got two more Raw appearances. He got Survivor Series, and then Saturday night's main event, and they're obviously starting the matches on Monday, so it
Mm-hmm.
gives something to watch on, because sometimes these shows drag in the ads and the nonsense. Bro, I was talking about it on my review on Monday. Watching Saturday night's main event without the ads was like, it was weird to be able to digest it
Loved it.
the
Loved
way
it.
that Yeah. Yes, J Dog, it is Leo. He's back. But
It is.
we'll continue to talk and everything. But let's get the tournament started. As I said, guys, we've been pre-recording the episodes and then and it's just me going through it and everything else like that. So I did set up the first tournament. There are 16 competitors, and I'm sure, Leo, as you know, you can only have 8 in the 2K
Unfortunately.
games. So I did two different tournaments. I simmed some matches, spectated some matches, and so we're just gonna see what happens. But the first tournament I did the Raw and SmackDown brands that I think that were, because they said NXT and people from outside. So we obviously know of the two matches that were made official on Monday. We got Rusev and Priest, and we got Sheamus and Nakamura. Now for SmackDown, I want to get your predictions on who do you think are going to be the four people for SmackDown, because as you can see, those were the four people that I put in there, and Gunther is not a part of SmackDown, but I really don't know where I'd put Gunther on this because he's in the company, and yeah, and I feel like he's going to be a part of this somehow. So
Yeah. I mean, I
what
did
do
look at the vignette. They did like a vignette of people that are going to be in it, and I did see, Gunther show up in there. So I do think he's going to be part of the tournament. It's just kind of the thing is kind of wondering where he's going to fit in and who's going to be like his first, potential opponent. Um, if I'm thinking of SmackDown, I can definitely see, Carmelo Hayes and The Miz. I think that makes the most sense. They already were in the vignette, and I think with the story that they do have going on, the feud that they're trying to build between these two, I think it makes sense for them to be in the tournament. in some way, shape, or form. So I can see them having a match in the first round, and then maybe you can use the tournament to kind of further build this storyline that they're trying to build between Carmelo and the Miz, especially now since you've turned Carmelo Hayes as a babyface, which is very interesting. And I'm hopefully they don't, ruin this, because I think the guy has a lot of potential as a guy in the company. And the Miz, I mean, he's a two-time Grand Slam champion. I mean, he is, and it makes sense for him too, because if you think about it, he went on like a tangent, I think, on social media like a couple weeks ago, talking about he wants a match with John Cena, and people kind of, he's kind of underrated when you think of rivals for John Cena. I mean, this is a guy who's been attached at the hip with John Cena, a guy who's beaten John Cena for the WWE title at none other than WrestleMania. So I think you gotta put him in the conversation. Gunther makes a lot of sense as well. Like I said earlier, and Solo. I mean, I'm not really the biggest fan of his character right now, just the way they've been booking him and portraying him. I think they're gonna kind of lean into like maybe a feud between him and maybe Uncle Howdy and MFTs and Wyatt Six.
I
So
simulated
I
the
don't know.
between Rusev and Priest won. And then I did the second one, Nakamura and Sheamus, because I feel like we're gonna watch those. We're gonna need to spectate those. But yeah, like I said, I simulated some because we do have two brackets. I figured we'd save some time, so I did simulate the first round, and then I spectated the second. So we will now find out between Priest and Nakamura. I was surprised Nakamura, because do you remember him? They had they had their little spot in the Rumble, like when Shinsuke won, but I don't really remember them having that big of a thing. Is there something I missed? But yeah,
There was a match between Shinsuke and John Cena in 2017. I remember like they were having like a number one contenders match, I think, between these two. Going into I think SummerSlam. It was like whoever faced them to face Gender for the title.
that's right. See,
So
I was just trying to remember because, like as you said in the video package, there's a lot of those guys that we've seen have feuds with John Cena, and then like some like Dominic and stuff that we have not, and so I don't know.
yeah,
We'll see. But Nick Aldis will make the official picks. I just did my best of trying to predict. And no Joe Hendry or NXT stars. I have another bracket that we did, and those are including the NXT stars, TNA stars, and I took a couple people that are not in the company that I thought possibly that, yeah. So you will
yeah.
see it that, and at the end, because obviously there's not like a way to figure out a winner. I took the two winners from each bracket that were like wins this match and this match, and put them in a fatal four way, and then that was the winner. So yeah,
Bro, I can't wait to see these two potentially cuts, because I feel like Damien's going to probably win his open match with Rusev unless like Alistair gets involved or something like that. But I
yeah.
mean, Damien, it's my guy. It's my guy, Damien. I can't bet against Damien. All rise for the rock star.
All rise for the man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing with any of that. The one thing I could see maybe if they do continue it too, and now Zelina being apart with Black, maybe that's a way to bring Lola Vice up and have her be with Damien. And I don't know,
Yeah,
but because
that
I think him getting his ass beat by both of them every week, or maybe he calls Rhea. Maybe he calls somebody
I
else.
don't know if he would. I could see it being Rhea, but the only thing is, I feel like Rhea would be part of War Games
Yeah,
for like
and
the
Rhea would
women.
just be one of those to get people to like, oh my God, Rhea's on SmackDown. Go turn it on. I feel like,
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know.
And that's
So Eric,
another thing. That's another
Eric's
thing that
looking
I've been
forward to
saying
it.
is
Let's see what Eric's
Kabuki.
as you mentioned, War Games. He's got Kabuki Warriors, Becky, and two girls from Fatal Influence. For the faces,
Ooh.
the filling. Who's the fill? You mean you talking about the calling? Io, Rhea, and Lyra. Well, apparently
Nah.
AJ Lee is supposed to be a part of it. Becky might
So
be supposed to be a
if
part
I
of it.
had to pick, it would probably be Becky Lynch, Kabuki Warriors, and Judgment Day, because I feel like
Yeah,
they would probably put Raquel in there and probably Roxanne, even though like they're kind of doing a story like right on its own with like Raquel going after the world title against Stephanie McCourt. So you could do that, but I think they're leaning into like Nikki Bella becoming a heel and then doing Nikki and Stephanie probably at Survivor Series. And then if you want to do like the babyface team, I feel like it'll be Io, Rhea, Lyra, Bailey and then maybe AJ Lee. But then you can also slide in easily if you really wanted to. You could slide in the tag team champions of uh Charlotte and Alexa because they've been kind of getting involved with the Kabuki Warriors as of late. So you could put those women in there. So it's kind of an open playing field right now. Then I would say because it's like you can go a different amount of ways with it. So I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, we are 3 weeks away, and the fact that we really don't know kind of aggravates me because for people that are going to the show and everything, like 2 years ago when I went, when it was in Chicago and Punk and everything, I like at this point we could kind of already tell like what exactly it was going to be, and we're still guessing, which I kind of like, but based on what we've seen, we know Io's going to be in it. She's been in every one. Based on what they're doing right now, and as you said with Nikki and Stephanie, that's exactly what they're doing to Nikki. Nikki's gonna get frustrated, and then she's gonna turn heel, and then we're gonna see them, and maybe Nikki gets a world title shot because I don't think
Yeah,
she's.
she get a world title shot, but not a. I don't think she's gonna win the belt though,
No, I
or
don't think she.
anything.
Will, but and that was good too. On Monday, I don't know if I said it or not, but Nikki taking the pin, I think, is one of those things too that like people kind of seem to forget. It's not always about winning the matches. That Nikki's not really here to win. She's here to put the Stephanies, the Roxannes of the world over and make them. I do hope
I
we
can
see
see,
Nikki
yeah.
and AJ have a backstage appearance at some point.
I think we will. I think we will. Just seeing AJ Lee coming back. I was thinking like we could put her in the War Games match, just because that's a venue that she hasn't really competed in yet. And I think now that she's back, you would kind of want to see her being in these spots that she hasn't been in yet, like her, being in a Rumble match, her being in a Chamber match, her being in a Money in the Bank match. Considering like when she was around, we didn't have these stipulation type matches or these gimmick matches. We didn't.
No,
So
I
her being
I
able
could
to compete
tell
in it would be
also,
special.
like that week that she came back, and I like as I was going over it, it was crazy to think about how many matches and stuff that they've done since then, like that she never was a part of.
Mm-hmm.
That
And
she
and
can.
you already had the story built in with her and like Becky. I was thinking we're probably gonna do her and Becky 1-on-1, probably like at Survivor Series for the IC title. But I don't know if they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna probably save that probably for the next Saturday night main event in like December or whatnot. Or maybe you want to do some Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the biggest thing. I'm very interested to see, and people are freaking out. Oh, as Damian Priest wins. People are freaking out that
All rise for the
she
rock
hasn't
star.
been on the show, but I don't know what they really want. Like, she came back, she wrestled. That's exactly what she was gonna do because then as WrestleMania season, she's gonna be a part of the Rumble, the Chamber, the this, the that. Because you also know because apparently the Chamber's supposed to be in Chicago. They're gonna want to be. Oh, it's been 6 months since AJ Lee. Maybe she'll have blah yada yada yada. Where she
Because
makes her
the way
debut.
I think they're gonna do it, it's like I think they would have,
We got
you
Mello and
know,
Solo.
oh, these two I think could have a good match. Honestly,
I think
it's
didn't they
just
feud in NXT over the North American title?
they did, they really
Like
did. That was an
people,
interesting feud for some people.
Solo and Von Wagner though I think is a very underrated
Oh,
like feud that like people kind of forgot about. I don't know. I really enjoyed that feud, especially for Solo because when Solo first got on the main roster and everything, I didn't really know how it was gonna play out at first, and thankfully, he kind of found himself. Now he's just got a bunch of guys following him around, looking like freaking the Kiss brothers or Insane Clown
oh
Posse.
my gosh. Uh,
I
and
can't with
it's
the
like,
face.
and it's like what you were saying with AJ Lee. I just feel like she would win the IC title by the end of the year. That's my prediction. Because I feel what they want to do is maybe do like AJ Lee and then maybe Roxanne. I think that's a match that they would want to do because it's like it makes so much sense. I mean, someone who looked up to AJ Lee and is very much inspired by her in the sense of everything. Why not do that?
I want to see a Roxanne Nikki Bella like month rivalry just so we could go back to that Total Bellas episode and they could like yell at each other because that would be fantastic. I remember
Eric,
watching the episode live and like thinking about that. I'm just like, oh my, like you, bro, you never know. Shit, when I was watching the Starks and Trick Williams, their their contracts on, I'm like, okay, which security guard is gonna be the next NXT champion?
oh yeah, because they kind of tend to do that a lot of times when you see these security guards and stuff like that. One of them always ends up being like a big breakout star in NXT and
At
becoming a
least
champion.
one of
So yeah, at least we've seen it numerous times. We've seen it with Braun Breaker. We've seen it with LA Knight. We've seen it like with
them.
Carmelo Hayes and Trick. It's
Oh
just
God.
Eric
Trick
says I have
should be
what
going
is
to the roster at some point. I don't know. I think
Trick
that's
is
last
gonna yeah.
match be his last match.
I think I thought the way they were doing it, like the match with him and Ricky, you could have made an interesting way of having that feud be more interesting by having this match have stipulations. In the sense of, yeah, it's the last man standing, but they could have added another stipulation like if Trick loses, he has to leave NXT. I think that would have been an interesting send off for him and
Yeah,
whatnot, and then you could send him off to the main roster, maybe on Raw
he has
or
to look
on
great
SmackDown.
too, because just like Obafemi, I think Obafemi's gonna maybe take on Dragonov's challenge at some point because we haven't seen him since he lost to Ricky, and I think Ricky
Oba
might.
is definitely gonna end up becoming U.S. champion. I honestly think he could be in the running of one of the guys to potentially win the tournament and face John Cena at his last match. Because think about it, I know people are throwing out the names like Gunther and stuff like that, and it's not that I don't want to see Gunther, but Gunther's already an established name at this point. He's already has a an accolades to himself and everything like that.
Yeah,
This will be a
he already
prime
retired.
opportunity to use somebody new that could benefit tremendously in helping elevate them to that next level. People like a Dominic, people like an Opafemi, people like a Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too, as you said. I mean, Gunther retired Goldberg. What's it gonna do for him to eliminate John Cena
Yeah, like
or retire
no.
John Cena?
Or even
Man,
Braun Breaker, do
is
him. I
somebody
don't
like a Mello or Trick or Obar or Javon or somebody
yeah.
TNA, Joe Hendry. Don't say his name because he might pop out of a fucking garbage can now. Or Thea
Or
Hendry.
or if you want to put another guy out there for Matt Cardona, I mean there's a story there. Matt Cardona,
Hi,
TNA.
John. Yeah,
That's
I
a
mean
feud I can
that's
get into.
dude. There's it's very, especially with them saying TNA and other companies. It's very interesting to see because I feel like they would not say other companies with also saying TNA if they didn't at least have one person that could possibly come and show up.
Yeah, because I know people have been throwing out the idea of like Adam Copeland or Chris Jericho.
I've been and I will say before we get to the second bracket, I did put in some crazy people in that one, so don't make fun of me, guys. But I mean, we did with what we did, especially with community creations, you know, because it's not the easiest to find people from other companies.
One,
They were in the
two.
show before, but yeah, I mean, it's shot.
Eric says I have an interesting way to bring Liv back. What
I
is it,
mean that
Eric?
too. We have not seen her in a while, and I would love to see her go up against AJ Lee and Nikki
I
Bella,
think,
Stephanie
I
Valkyrie,
think,
Julia. I think, and
yeah,
that's too is I would love to see Liv now go after the IC and US title because those are the two things she hasn't done to where, obviously, and I'm sure you've noticed, especially with Roxanne and Dominic talking, there's always that picture of Liv in the background now. It's happening.
that's my thing is this. I even said that. I feel like, and I think the thing is, WWE said it themselves. They don't want to do Liv and Roxanne upon Liv's return. I feel like in WWE's eyes, they feel like she'll be a big deal when she does come back. Yeah, because apparently Liv won't be back in ring until January, so that puts her around Rumble time. I think she might be my early prediction as of right now to win the Rumble. Because
And
I just think with it being in Saudi, it makes a lot of sense. I
didn't she
mean,
didn't she win something in Saudi or two things?
she
Didn't
won
she
the
win?
Crown Jewel Championship in Saudi, and she won the Women's World Championship in
What's
Saudi.
her name? Because she wore the it was like the red one, right? That's right. Because I always remember that gear, and I always remember. So that
Yeah,
is the end of the first bracket, and so we're gonna take Solo and Priest and put it in a fatal four way, and then these are the guys I came up with out of company and NXT. So I got Joe Hendry and Trick Williams, Nick Nemeth and Matt Cardona, Oba Femi and Javon Evans, and then Cope and Brock. Because I don't know why, man. I feel like Brock's gonna find his way ass in this, and yeah, I don't know.
don't.
So what are your predictions for the guys in TNA and out of company?
If I had to do TNA, I think Joe Hendry makes a lot of sense. Nick Nemeth, I mean, he has history with John Cena. I mean, from 2012, I think going into TLC when they compete over the Money in the Bank briefcase. Matt Cardona can get his revenge on John Cena from him pretty much being the part of reason he got buried in 2012 in the sense of he literally
Where he's
had him in a
girl.
wheelchair, got him thrown off the stage by Kane, and then John Cena ended up kissing Eve Torres, and I'm like, bro.
That's
And then
right.
he ended up in his heel promo. He literally said, "Hey, Matt Cardona, like, come on, they're not gonna just do that, and it's not gonna lead to something, right?"
Exactly. So, shall be interesting. Do you think? I don't know why, but I feel like if they're going to have like somebody out of company or whatever show up, I feel like it would be in like the last match. It's going to be like a mystery opponent for somebody because we obviously only know two matchups. So I just did my best at predicting on this. So we could be completely wrong. We'll go back to this when it completely is out and we'll see how well we did. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's the thing with the other company guys. We don't know who contracts are up or contracts are not. And based on everything that I thought of, there's just not too many people that I could really think of that,
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anybody that you could truly think of that we could see and that, because especially after that WrestleMania fucking bullshit ticket thing, I don't believe nothing about them. I thought that was Chris Jericho. I thought he was coming back. I was so
Yeah, I
excited.
was gonna put. I'm thinking like the only person I could really think of is like Chris Jericho. I mean Copeland maybe, but that's like a stretch even then. Um, it's kind of hard to kind of like pick because it's like you don't. I get like you said they would. I can see them doing something like that where they have like that open spot where it's like people are gonna be guessing and speculating like who could it be? Could it be somebody that we're not thinking of? Could it be somebody coming from AEW? Could there be like some type of crossover where AEW and WWE are working together or something like that? So I think people are gonna be speculating as far as I'm concerned, but I think just be on the safe side, I would say, Chris Jericho makes the most sense. Or Copeland. I think those make the most sense for me personally as of right now.
Yeah, and that's I mean I agree with you on that. So, and I think we could even see something crazy actually happen on the night of the actual show too, where I think it's gonna and it should be just all about like to be honest, I don't think there should be any other maybe a couple other matches or whatever, but I feel like this should be all about John Cena and seeing people from the past, the present, the future, and having interactions and just make it. I don't know the way they do these Saturday night main events, especially, and even watching the one on Saturday. It's not that it wasn't a bad show, but it was still only it was I think like an hour and 40 minutes without the 20 minute of ads that we usually watch and it's like,
Hmm.
hopefully they don't cut John off, or hopefully
Well,
that he
they
maybe
said
will
it.
come back on
Mm.
Raw the 15th and maybe have. If I don't know if you remember when Shawn Michaels retired or Edge retired, they came out on Raw and then we had those emotional speeches. I don't know that
Yeah,
I
I
cried.
just think. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up tearing up when
They
I see John
they
Cena
got
like
rid of
there.
those also bullshit. They got rid of those two fucking retirement speeches because they both came back and wrestled. I tried finding it. I can't find that shit nowhere.
Yeah, but Cena's one of those guys that just feel like when he say he's done, he's done. Like he means that. Like he'll still probably you know come back and make appearances and stuff like that, or maybe like how he did with Grayson Waller at Money in the Bank. He just gave him an AA or something. They could probably do that here and there, but like as far as like an actual run or him wrestling, no.
Shall be interesting to see. But I think these are two people that I would love to see John Cena face, Mr. Joe,
Rematch for
and
the
it's
rematch
running,
from
it's running
NXT this
back.
year.
And I honestly just did randomly, just everybody in the chat. I did randomly until I saw two guys that I saw John Cena would like to face, and this is how it played out. So yeah, like I said, we'll find out more in all of the matchups, and once we know the matchups, I'll give you my official predictions. But that's the one thing is I thought that I was hoping that they would like have had like they shouldn't have had all the GMs out there, had all of them spin that thing like the Royal Rumble, and then made the matchups on the main event of Raw. Like
That would have
people
been
would
cool.
because at least everybody would have been talking at the end of the show unless and I said it too while I was watching Raw. I was like, these MFers are gonna do some 5 minute video package bullshit, and then we're gonna go to the main event, and that's exactly what happens.
And unfortunately, like you said, it's exactly what happened.
Like, come on, man. Like we got better things to do than sit here and do the nonsense. It's bullshit. Shall be interesting.
Unfortunately. But yeah,
Stupid.
yeah, Eric, it's kind of hard to see where W is going to be going as far as like Rumble and stuff like that. But if I had to pick, I would say Liv wins because like it makes sense with her history in Saudi, and plus Saudi fans really love her. So why not? And it's something that she hasn't been able to accomplish yet in her career. And like I think what was it yesterday made 10 years of her being in the company. So
Yeah,
I
was it
mean,
was it yesterday or today? I don't know. I
yeah, it
remember
was
sharing
yesterday.
something.
Yesterday.
Was it
10
yesterday?
years.
Well,
10
I don't
years.
even know what day it is. I can't function.
I think now if she does win though, I will say I would love to see her go to SmackDown though. I really do.
Yeah,
But I think they're gonna keep her on Raw. I feel like
yeah. At least till the
um
day stuff's over.
at least till like they finish the Judgment Day storyline. I just feel as if they're gonna treat how they're gonna do the Liv storyline if she wins the Rumble. It's gonna be similar to how they did. I think it was Rhea in 2023. Remember, like how she faced Charlotte, but she had like a different feud going on at that time. I think with I think it was Edge and Beth Phoenix.
Oh.
I see them doing something like that with Liv. Like maybe like the Judgment Day thing might be that gap between Rumble and Mania.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I feel like somehow, some way, we're gonna have Dominic join the El Grande Americanos faction.
Yeah,
Like
and
somehow,
then I
some
think they're gonna do Finn and Dom at
Dom
Mania.
for the
Finn and Dom
title,
at Mania for
and
the
then
IC title.
Finn will secretly have been working with Liv the whole time, and then they're gonna leave Judgment Day, and then JD's gonna not know what to do with himself, and then Judgment Day will finally be broken up.
Yeah,
The fact
and
that
I
they've been
think
together for as long as they have, though, is kind of crazy.
yeah, it is kind of low-key
What
crazy.
was that? WrestleMania 37 or 8?
8,
38.
38, because you had
Pretty stand.
Edge, Damien came out first. Then you had Backlash, which was Rhea.
That's right.
Uh,
That's right. It was back to back.
then you had Finn the night after Hell in a Cell. Then you had Dom at
Clash.
Clash at the Castle, and then you end up doing
And Joe
JD.
Hendry makes that trick boy tap out. Joe Hendry going to the next round.
And then JD ended up joining. Carlito ended up joining.
The fact
Then
that Carlito really joined Judgment Day is like,
then Rhea, Damien got kicked out at SummerSlam, and then Rhea, and then Liv got brought in the night after.
yeah. I mean, and that's the thing too.
That's
It's
what I'm
very,
saying, Eric. She's gonna be too over to stay heel, and that's my thing. She's gonna be. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like when people see her, it's gonna be hard for them to keep her as a heel because people are just gonna want to cheer because they're happy to see her back.
we got Nick Nemeth and Matt Cardona. I also did all these matches at NXT because I truly like don't know where these matches are gonna happen, and they don't know like they don't even they. I don't know. I just feel like they should have shown the bracket. At least if you don't name the participants, like where are the shows gonna be? Are they all gonna be on Raw, SmackDown, and or do we have to watch TNA? Like that's my question. I
I
don't
think
know.
they'll probably give us some type of
Next
confirmation.
year,
Probably, yeah.
next year they need to change this tournament bullshit where you could add up to say at least 16 and you could change the freaking arenas. I don't like that you can't change the arenas. I had to pick NXT for this one. And then I think I did the Fatal 4-Way at SmackDown. Because I would not be shocked if the finals is Saturday or Friday night SmackDown the night before the Saturday night main event. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
But it's kind of, and then seeing what Eric was saying, it's kind of wonky that Saudi doesn't really want surprises for Rumble
Yeah, I
when
mean,
the
what
Rumble's
if
known for
this
surprises.
bullshit? How many Royal Rumbles do they have to ruin and not like?
I
Come on.
think the thing is, okay, I think their explanation is like, oh, they want to have surprises, but they feel as if it's going to be hard to keep surprises when we have to have these wrestlers come over from the States to Saudi and people might spoil it or take pictures and leak them out and all that.
But my question
It's
is didn't
okay.
they
Like,
have the greatest Royal Rumble in
that's what I'm
Saudi Arabia?
exactly. And they
There
had
was
surprises
50
in there.
people and they brought back like Tanaka, Rey Mysterio, Hornswoggle.
You
Huh?
had Daniel Bryan, that Chris
That's
Jericho,
right,
I
Brian
think.
Daniels. That's right. Fucking man, like that's what I mean. So many random ass people. I remember watching that because we obviously went back and watched all the Royal Rumbles on the retro and stuff. And I remember watching. I'm like, oh, where did all these people come from?
And
So
it's
you're
like
telling
it's
me you don't want
possible.
surprises in Saudi? So
I
then
just
you're
think I think they're just scared because they don't want things to get leaked out or anything like that. Where it's like these wrestlers are coming from the States and going over there, and people might leak it out, and it might diminish the element of surprise, but it's still possible to still do that. Maybe you can have them cover up or something. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just have if you have a surprise like
Right, because
Bianca or Liv
cover
or
up everything, right? And then
yeah, so you can easily just
Australia.
have them cover up.
Yeah, because I just get confused with that in Australia. I don't know why. Like when they had the show at the Clash in Australia, I was like, wait, they're allowed to win. And I was like, oh yeah, that's Saudi. I get confused.
You can do that in Australia, just not
It
Saudi.
is. It is Saudi. Okay. I can't remember. Would you ever go to Saudi? Did you see that too, where people were like, are you gonna go to Saudi? Are you
People have been
going to
asking me like people
buy
are saying
tickets?
because like people have literally been telling me that like in almost every stream, literally telling me, "Are you gonna purchase tickets to go to Saudi because you want to see Liv win?" I want to see Liv win the Rumble. Don't get me wrong, but I'll just watch it from home. I'm not taking a trip to Saudi. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
If this was
They
a
probably wouldn't even let people in there, to be honest.
no, and I wouldn't want to go. I'm sorry. If this was in the States, more than likely, yeah,
It's in Dallas. We going. Hey, what's up?
yeah. And
Favorite
that's another
MGK
thing.
song? Go for Broke. Do you listen to MGK?
Oh, SummerSlam 2017, love that theme song. Go for Broke, love it.
Is that where that's pro? Why are
Yes,
all of
yes.
my favorite songs are literally old pay-per-view theme songs? It's so fun. Every time I say that, somebody that I talk to with wrestling does that. I'm like, well, that's right. I'm like, okay, just like written in the stars.
SummerSlam 2017.
Yep. Fuck it. That's so funny. I did not know. I was trying to figure it out because I was like, why does this song sound so familiar? And it's like one of my favorite songs of all time. As Nick
It
Nemeth and
is.
Matt Cardona. I think Matt Cardona would definitely move on because I think we need to see Matt Cardona against John Cena. We had Obafemi defeat Javon Evans, but let's watch a match that might have happened in 2002, but we never thought it happened in 2025.
Hey,
But
Eric, dope.
ever know. The face cams have gone off. I know. I put so then you guys can see it full screen. You know,
I'm meeting John Cena. Hey, that's dope. It's just
wait,
yeah,
who's
but it's
John?
like I think Eric said he was going to NXT Deadline
Ooh, deadline. Wait, when is that?
December 6th.
That's right. Man, I was supposed to go to NXT with Mr. Too Sweet Kyle next week live in Chicago, and because of everything that's been going on, I had to tell him I can't go because I still don't have a car and I have to pay a $2,500 deductible. So I'm very sad because I really wanted to go. Yeah.
Ah, man, that sucks.
So if anybody's in Chicago and wants to go with Kyle, I'm sure he still has the ticket.
I mean, are you gonna try to go to Elimination Chamber?
Oh yeah, I don't care. I don't care if I have to walk to fucking Chicago. I'm going to the Elimination Chamber.
Because I have people that I do have a few friends that end up going.
That was my other thing too. That's why I kept going back and forth. But everything was going. Everything was going. You know how they say when things are going too good, you better watch out. Well, everything was going too good, and I didn't watch out. So,
I mean, yeah. All I can say is hopefully you get some good seats. You don't want to be sitting in the nosebleeds and you can't even see because of the freaking
I will never sit in the nosebleeds unless if it's like row A to D or 100 level. I will sit in the 100 level in the last row because I kind of like that because I can see everything. Especially
but it's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Because of the chamber. It's kind of hard to see with the chamber in the way, kind of.
I've never been there for the Elimination Chamber. I don't know. But where I sat for SmackDown with AJ Lee's return, there was a giant-ass camera going back and forth in a circle, so I couldn't see anything. So I know now not to sit in that section. Because it wasn't that it was like bad, but it was still like annoying. It was like, come on, move the fucking camera. And it was like one of those that they used to go like around and see the audience and, you know.
It's just like, I think Chamber's going to be good, honestly. I just think
that's the thing too, where I don't think Chicago's actually ever gotten an Elimination Chamber, but seeing the Elimination Chamber and a Hell in a Cell have always been one of my two things, and I don't know, but I guess it also depends on how, because they have that new structured Elimination Chamber, you know. So I don't know.
Oh boy, we getting Two
Brock
big
Lesnar
meaty men slapping feet meet in the next round with Obafemi.
and Brock Lesnar as well. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I did spectate both of these two. I forget because I did the first bracket so quickly. I was like, I gotta simulate or I gotta spectate some of these. And man, it's so funny. Some of these matches with the AI, as you know, because you do all those simulations, they go like 5 minutes.
When I be doing my videos,
Well, not just you, but I'm just saying. I'm sure you've had it happen where like the AI face each other, and they're not very long matches sometimes. And there's other times.
no,
Oh,
it really is because like a lot of times when I just do like the match for like the pay-per-views and stuff like that, it'll end up being like 5-ish minutes. I think the longest match that I may have had was maybe like 10 minutes.
yeah. Oh, we got a 79-cent super chat. Appreciate you, kind. MVP, man. Every dollar counts right now because your boy Tino cannot work because he doesn't have a car. And as you guys know, I do Uber Eats and DoorDash, and yeah, I hate my life. Man, I haven't worked in a month. I'm losing my goddamn mind.
Oh,
I've literally just been recording videos like this, so I have them up. But then it's like I get to the day and I'm just like I don't know.
it's
There's
understandable, man. That's totally understandable.
somebody coming, yeah. Oh, and now the holiday season's coming up, of course. It always happens when like I said, things are going too good or around the holidays when you need to spend money. Kine, you can come by anytime you want. You let me know. Kine, have you been on the channel before? Bro, I've done so many episodes I forgot.
It's kind of hard to keep track at times when you just like have so
So
much content coming out.
it's and people were talking to me and people were saying like I don't know why you don't take a break and everything else like this, but I've said it a lot. If I didn't do these streams, I would lose my mind even more because like the fact that I'm able to look forward to like doing this or watching Raw, whatever it is every day, gives me something to get through because my freaking anxiety, like I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't. Like, I don't know if you saw, but on Sunday I did one football game. I came on for the first quarter of the Sunday night game, and I literally had to have J Dog come on here for 5 minutes because I was on the side just not having a good time because I got really sick and yeah.
Oh man,
So it
yeah,
just yeah, gotta love it, but show
yeah. You
must go
you
on.
gotta
Right?
love it. But do you think the same thing? Okay, this is something I've been throwing out to like a lot of people. Do you think like certain
Let's
people
do it,
won't
Kyle.
win the Rumble because it's in Saudi?
Yeah,
Because
oh
that's
for
that's
sure.
what I've been throwing out. I've been
People are
saying that
saying
to a lot of
Sammy
people.
might win.
I would think Sammy could win, but for some reason I feel like they probably would hold off Sammy winning until maybe WrestleMania 43.
I mean, maybe, and that's the thing too. Especially with Jay winning last year. Shout out to the Vibe guys. I heard it of them say it because Jay winning last year. We don't know who's gonna win. I mean, it could be a Chelsea
LA
Green,
Knight.
a LA Knight, Sami Zayn, freaking Braun Breaker, Oba Femi, somebody that we have no idea of.
I
That
think I
shit.
think the
Watch
thing is, but
it
Saudi
should be
does
Joe.
have their favorites. That's the thing. Saudi has their favorites, so I feel like
Well, of
they're
course.
gonna want their favorites to win.
And that's the one thing I guess of being in Saudi that kind of gives me hope is they always love having themselves them big names. But I'm hoping the big names isn't a fucking Undertaker or Kane random ass appearance. Like, I do not need to see Glenn Jacobs at the age of 50 something come at the Royal Rumble. I'm good. I
No,
love Kane.
I
Let's
think
leave it
I
at
think if you want to be honest,
you
the
know.
Rumble for the men is kind of open because there's so many people that I think could honestly
It should
see
be 10
winning.
NXT, 10 Raw, 10 SmackDown, or maybe 5 NXT, 5 TNA or something like that.
I think yeah, because it's like I'm thinking of like the men's Rumble winners. Like
And
there's so
put
many that you can go with, you could play with. You could throw in an LA Knight in there. You could throw in a Sammy. You could throw in a Roman. You could throw in someone like a CM Punk if he's not world champion by then, or you could throw in a Braun Breaker. You have numerous names right there that you can honestly go with. The women I feel like it's kind of a little bit more on the summer side. The only three I could see potentially winning is Liv, Bianca, or Lyra.
yeah, and especially Bianca now because Jade won the title. I think they're
But
definitely gonna
the
have
only
some.
thing with Bianca is we kind of don't necessarily need to see her win the Rumble, kind of already, because
But then
like
she'd be the first two-time winner, and blah
no,
blah.
she wouldn't. No, she
Oh,
wouldn't.
that's right.
Charlotte.
That's right. I forgot.
The thing is, I just don't think we necessarily need to do that. I mean, yeah,
I
it's
don't think so.
Bianca, but she's already won the Rumble before, and she's won the Chamber twice. So I don't. It's not the most appealing thing because it's like it would be somewhat predictable, right? Because people know if she come back, she's going to be facing for the title. It comes off as predictable. My thing is this: why not take a Daniel Bryan, type of approach with it, right? Where she fails to win the Rumble. Like honestly, something they haven't done in a while. Had the championship be defended in the chamber,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
and
true. They haven't always been. It has been number one contender matches as of
And
late.
then why not do this? Have Jade Cargill defend the championship in the chamber, and it comes down to Jade and Bianca, and Jade retains by resorting to some, shenanigans to get the win, and then Bianca can get a rematch at WrestleMania. So therefore, we use the Rumble and the Chamber to give someone else that opportunity, um, and then we can still get what we want. Because I just feel like the thing
And
is,
that,
Lyra has this
that's where
feud going on right now.
yeah, and that's where Jade returned to last year. I just when she came back
Exactly.
without Naomi. So you were saying
So,
Lyra?
and then Lyra, I just feel like it'll be kind of early, even though they have been, pushing her and booking her. And I think WWE said 2026 will be a good year for her. And I do think that was the case. I think if you really want
And
to,
no Hendry. Moving
I
on.
think the thing is with Lyra, right? Why not have her go to SmackDown and have her win the U.S. title? I think having her be the first woman to hold both of those titles be something big for her. Or with the storyline that you do have going on right now, I think we could be in the works of seeing potentially maybe Lyra and Bailey one in an Extreme Rules match at Mania. Or if there's still a tag team, you could do Lyra and Bailey versus Lyra, ends up getting turned on by Becky by Bailey, right? And then Bailey ends up joining forces with Becky. You have Becky and Bailey as heels. Lyra goes to NXT and gets Tatum Paxley to be her tag partner. You could do that match, and then you could incorporate the women's tag titles and have the Kabuki Warriors in there and Io and Rhea in there and have a fatal four for the tag titles. The thing, and then Eric, I see you're saying Rhea. It could be Rhea, but I don't really want to see that because Rhea already has a story going on right now with the Kabuki Warriors, and I think they're gonna, go from now until Mania, especially where we're at now, because I think that's the route they're gonna go. If they're not gonna do the route that I just said with Lyra in there, I think what they're gonna do is maybe do Lyra and Bailey as a one-on-one feud, but then it kind of comes to question what they're gonna do with Becky, because you're gonna have her in there. Um,
Yeah.
I think Rhea and
You know.
Io could potentially be a match, but that's non-title. And then you can have Rhea and Io as a tag team going after the tag titles. I think that's more likely where I see that happening.
Well, and with what Alexa and Charlotte have done, I think it's not a bad thing that we see Alexa, Charlotte, Rhea's in the tag title because then it makes the tag team division feel semi legitimate when you do now have
Exactly.
so many women that coming up from NXT, coming back from injuries, the TNA superstars, the ID people, even some of the Evolve people are kind of going through the ranks pretty quickly. Even
Exactly.
like LFG, like the Danny Ray is making her debut next week. I think her name's Skylar Gray. Every
Yeah,
time I hear
yeah.
that, I just think of WrestleMania 31. Their song,
And then,
oh,
and it's just like you have the opportunity to incorporate, different stories. If you do like a fatal four-way tag team match, you can have the story of like, Bailey and Becky becoming like a threat in there, and then Bailey turning on Lyra. There's a story there. You still have the story between Lyra and Becky still looming. You could throw that in there. Then you have the history between Lyra and Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley getting her call up. You have those stories, and on the other side of the bracket, you still have the Rhea and Io versus the Kabuki Warriors storyline, and having all of those stories kind of mesh could be something really interesting. And you could do a fatal four-way tag team match. And if you really want to make it even more compelling, why not do like a women's tag team title ladder match?
yeah. I mean, and I think that they should just have any type of ladder match. If it's tag team, if it's all like, I don't know. Ladder
Because
matches should be mandatory at WrestleMania in some feud. I
and
don't
I
know.
feel like, and then Stephanie, I think she's going to be still champion. I just think Stephanie and Liv could be a really good storyline. I think the last time I seen anything on Liv's like social media, she teased the match between her and Stephanie after Stephanie won the title. So that could potentially be something that they could be in the works. I think it gives a big fight feel too. It's something new, fresh, and exciting. Um, and I think for the women's intercontinental, you can have Roxanne and AJ Lee.
Yeah, I mean that one's gonna happen eventually, and it's gonna be oh so sweet. I mean that's all. Like we could literally have a WrestleMania full of just like then and now feuds between like Cody and Randy, freaking AJ and Roxanne, freaking just all of them. Like you said, especially with the women too, and if they as many tag teams that they're seeming to build right now, they could do a multi-woman tag team and get everybody on the card. So now we have Joe Hendry, Brock Lesnar, we have Damian Priest, and we got Solo. And then I decided to add a little twist. Chris Jericho randomly made his return at SmackDown, and now it's a fatal five-way. So let's find out who wins. Who's going to face John Cena? Saturday night's main event. But for real, who is your final prediction for John Cena's final opponent?
My final prediction, I'm gonna say Dom. I'm gonna go Dominic.
Do you think it's for the IC title and he wins it and then vacates it? Kind of how I forgot who did that.
They could do that. I mean, I just think Dominic winning would do something big for his career. I think you look at somebody that needs like that win to push them to like the next level. You have people like we said earlier, like the Obafemis, the Javon Evans, the Trick Williams, the Carmelo Hayeses of the world. Having somebody like a Dominic, who's I think right behind Braun Breaker as like that next guy up, and I think is really going to have a breakout year in 2026, potentially even winning a world title. Hopefully next year they put him in Money in the Bank. I really hope we do get Money in the Bank next year. That's a good one. Julian Becky. You can do Julia and Becky. You could do Julia and Tiffany. Maybe you do like send Becky over to SmackDown. To be like the same kind of heel that she is now, because you need to put some star power over on SmackDown. You kind of do. So why not put Becky over there? She go after the U.S. title, try to do what she's been doing for the IC title for the U.S. Have her in there, have Julia in there, have people like Meechin in there, or maybe B-Fab. You could put other people in there as well. Maybe Zelina gets a run in there. So you have some people like in the mid card that you still kind of play with.
Yeah, like this.
I agree. We need brand warfare back. Some Raw vs SmackDown. I need that back. And it's not that I don't like war games. It's just like not every feud needs war games. I just feel like they're just trying to fill out that quota. Like, oh, it's war game. It's Survivor Series war games. We have to put these people in war games. No, whatever feud's best, that's what you need to put in war games. Like, I'm okay with like one of the. Like, what if it's the men or the women? One of those divisions get the war games, and the other gets like a 5v5. And if you really want the Survivor Series brand warfare match to feel important, here's a good opportunity to do this. The winning team gets the final 5 slots, the final 5 entrants of the Royal Rumble, and the losing team gets the first 5 entrants. Therefore, you have stakes why these matches feel more important, because whoever wins gets the final 5 entrants of the Royal Rumble and ups their chance of potentially winning and headlining WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's just it's insane to see how. Like I said, I'm very interested to see if they even have any type of other matches on the Saturday night's main event, or is it just going to be completely dedicated to John Cena?
I feel like we're probably going to get a few matches, but the vast majority of the show probably be dedicated to John Cena. We might get like video packages throughout the show, maybe some different wrestlers and stuff.
Or something, because I feel like they're just going to rush this. And it should.
Well, no, not if it's like how it was this past weekend. I mean, they didn't really have, commercials because it was on Peacock.
I just skipped through it. So how was it live? Because I know you guys were live on the Flex Zone.
Oh, I didn't have commercials on mine.
I don't know. Oh, okay.
No, it was on Peacock. So, maybe if they do it on Peacock, it gives a little bit more time to fill up that spot.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's my only worry about it, with it being on Saturday night's main event. He had commercial. Well, that's because you probably did. You watch it on NBC?
I watched it on Peacock. Yeah.
Yeah, Kine said he watched it on YouTube. So you mean YouTube TV? Yeah, YouTube TV needs to bring back ESPN and Disney. This is bullshit. I sat there for 15 minutes on Monday looking for fucking Monday Night Football, and then I'm like, oh yeah. And thank God I pay for ESPN Unlimited now for the fucking pay per view, so I'm able to still get ESPN. So I guess that kind of works out. So at least now I get it all. I was like, really, I now have to find a way to watch Monday Night Football. Like, it should not be this difficult. It really should not be. But this fatal five-way match is going on, and like I said, guys, I have no idea how they're going to do this complete tournament. But I figured,
South of heaven.
South of heaven. Let's see. Does that? I forgot. Honestly, I try to look away when I record these now to see who does and doesn't get eliminated. But
Oh, you did it elimination style. Interesting.
Yes.
I thought it was one fall for the finish.
No, I had to make it entertaining somehow.
Oh, not the referee.
I like to see the blood everywhere and people fucking.
Damien, you just knocked out the referee.
I also don't know why Chris Jericho has his jacket on.
So does Brock. He has his jeans on.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why they did that for his.
I think some calls are kind of like that.
Solo got eliminated. We don't want to see you Solo. Solo, you just had to be in it because you were in the video package. I think there was only a few people I missed from the video package, like Dominic.
Dom.
But like
somebody else that I thought
they need to add it to be 16 or something.
I wish they would have. I didn't see in the video package, but I wish they would have put Finn Balor in there. But I don't think they're going to be doing him. I feel like he might be part of like the AJ Styles retirement tour next year.
Did we see John Cena and Finn Balor?
Last time we seen those two was maybe 2018, 2019. But it was like in a multi-man match. Because I think it was like Finn, John, and Drew. But I feel like next year, here's another person you could throw in the running to win the Rumble. AJ Styles. Have AJ Styles win the Rumble and have him face CM Punk. There you go.
Right.
That's an interesting match.
That's right. AJ Styles made his debut at the Royal Rumble.
I would love to see that. I just feel like you having this last hurrah for AJ Styles potentially going out there and trying to win the Rumble to win the Rumble in his last year, winning one more World Championship. I would love it. We got Priest and Lesnar as the final two. This is an interesting final two.
Yes, it is. But I feel like they made this model of Brock Lesnar like unstoppable. Because even as I've used him,
now Priest might be in trouble. Is Priest gonna tap?
And this motherfucker's like a 90 overall.
Oh my gosh! 2 Kimura locks back to back. He just squashed the last few opponents like
he really did. Well, that's what 2K decided is that Brock Lesnar is going to win the tournament and face John Cena. I hope that's not the case, but I have seen people say that we could see Brock and Cena one more time. And I don't know.
Probably in War Games.
Maybe. Man, the fact that we could see Brock Lesnar and Logan Paul on the same team is kind of crazy to
if
think
we're
about.
Thinking of like how they're going to construct the War Games match, I think on the faces it'll be like Punk, Usos, LA Knight, and maybe Cena. And then for like the heels, I think it'll be Lesnar, Paul, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory.
Yeah, Austin Theory is somebody too I would like to see come back.
He needs to be in this, bro.
It would be a good way for them to, and it's funny that Paul Heyman's kind of building his own new vision of people that are here now. Brock's kind of I don't know, it's weird, but I kind of like it. But
it makes sense. There's tie-ins there. If you think back from Evolve when 2018 or something like that, pretty much Paul Heyman endorsed Austin Theory as the future of the WWE. So why not have that come back around and be part of this?
Yeah, it shall be very interesting to see how it goes. But we only do have a little bit of time. We will find out more matchups, obviously Friday, and it seems Tuesday next week. But Leo, I appreciate you coming and hanging out here with me today. It was nice to have you back on the channel. I know you'll be live for AEW Dynamite in a little bit, but if you want to go let everybody know where they can find you, what else you do on your channel, and all that good stuff, this is Your time to shine.
Yeah, so my channel is Kicking It with Lee. You guys do wrestling content. More content will be on the way for you guys. I've been doing a lot of different 2K videos this week. I've been doing Kyrie and Asuka. I got Rhea and Stephanie coming out. I have Bianca and Liv coming out. Recently did Gunther and Roman. So I have a lot more videos coming out for you guys this throughout the rest of this week. I'm gonna be live in just a little bit shortly for AEW Dynamite. And then SmackDown this week. So stay tuned for that. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, on the road to 10,000 over on TikTok. We're at 4,000 currently right now, getting close to that milestone. So, and then we are on the road to 50 followers on Twitch. We're at 25. We're trying to get to the monetization goal on Twitch, which we're halfway there on TikTok, and we're getting there on YouTube as well. So subscribe, follow me on my socials. It's absolutely free. You can always change your mind in the future as far as YouTube goes. Why would you want to do that? I'm trying to give you guys daily wrestling content. The grind does not stop, you guys.
No, it doesn't. It's funny because I wake up and you're always posting something in the morning, so I sit here and watch it with my breakfast. And now that I'm not working, that's like one of the first videos I do in the morning. It's like you, Bretto Live, a couple other people, maybe one of those. But yeah, so yeah, I appreciate it, man. We'll definitely have to have you on for a watch longer. Eventually, I'm gonna find my way on the Flex Zone. I keep trying to get in touch with Mister Important, Mr. Man, the Flex Zone, but he don't answer.
I'll
so
definitely talk to him for you.
figure it out, and I'll be a
definitely
part
try
of
to
the
talk
Flex
to
Zone
him.
eventually. But Leo, enjoy AEW. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for Thursday night trivia. Thank you so much, and we'll see how well we did on these predictions as the bracket comes out.